Om Shanti. Shall we quickly revise the main topics of today's Murli? We can have a little discussion and then some practice. Remember what Baba started with? We are adopted children of Brahma, the Brahmins, and that all are children of Shiv Baba as souls. But then those who become Brahmins are adopted children of Brahma. And as adopted children, our consciousness in the corporeal changes from man, woman, or whatever to brothers and sisters. And in the brother-sister relationship, there is no criminal vision. So this point of the awareness of shifting, okay, as souls also, but we're dealing with bodies in the physical world, but the awareness of brother and sister helps to shift. So keep that sort of knowledge between you. Baba's saying, and this is a clan, and you are in the confluence age now. So you left that old awareness, that old consciousness behind. Even though you're still in the physical dimension, it is now brother and sister. And the aim is to come to fully soul conscious, just brother, brother. And he's saying you learn that purity now from Baba here at the confluence age. This is the time to restore purity. And you are those most auspicious confluence aged children, confluence aged Brahmins. This purity is required because you want to shift now back to golden age. This iron aged world has to finish, go to golden age, but that is not just gonna happen just like that. You need to have purity, and throughout the Murli, Baba is emphasizing that. You will become masters of that new world. You will be the deities, the rulers of a world that is harmonious and pure, that is heaven. So is this a big thing? Be pure now, this life. Lead that life of purity. Make that promise of purity. Make it firm. And around Rakhi time, it's nice Murli. But, and he's saying there is this Maya who is making this is a battlefield. Maya is poking in between and doing, and some fall, they go up and then they fall. There is a variety of angels, there's a variety of flowers, there is jewels also are number wise. Baba cannot fix this rosary because they go up, then they go down, then they go up, then some leave, and then all kind of thing happen because there's Maya. This Maya is there, but he's in this Murli, what he's saying, this relation, this purity is the main thing. And look at your attainments, look at your destination. Some effort is required to get there. No? You cannot just say, oh, I want to go to heaven, but you hold on to the lifestyle and the sanskar and the behavior of the iron age of hell. Everybody wants to go to heaven. but nobody want to let go of, of the habits of hell. How can you go to heaven? No. So Baba's saying, and they saying, just one bird, what is the big deal? Hmm? Purity. He repeatedly in Murli, many areas, he said, Maya is very powerful. And his focus in this Murli is on the vision. And so we are deceived by human appearances. We are deceived by the human form and gender-based consciousness in looking at human form. And Baba said, you have to transcend that, then you will be karmatit. And using this energy of a promise, take a vow to be pure, which is what Raki, of course, is a ceremonial, what is it, activity but for this promise. Checking your eyes, let your eyes not deceive you. Karmatit stage, this is the destination. And again, he comes to this, he's saying only 8 jewels pass fully and get the full scholarship. And when there is impurity, there are the lowest omens, the bad omens are there. And he repeatedly saying, you were those golden-natured deities, you were the rulers, you were masters, but you have become sudras, shells, pebbles. And repeatedly, this is a battlefield, this is a battlefield. Maya is powerful. Don't underestimate Maya. And you have now come to take refuge from the Father. Refuge? How do you say? Refuge with the Father. In this battlefield with Maya, you have come to Baba. And he will take you in and he will help. And he's saying, as soon as you belong to Baba, your inheritance emerges. No? And the inheritance, of course, goes together with so many other attainments, masters of the kingdom. But he's repeating, some effort is required. And this is what linking in with the Avyak signal, where children say, oh, Baba cut off Maya's hand. You say, but you have to make effort. What are you telling me? You cut Maya's hand. I will hold your hand, but you cut it. I will hold you. You have to have the courage. And anything, no, if you within self-observing, it requires an absolute decision, a choice. But many times we are a little bit reluctant. Yes, but yes, but yes, but why always? You know. But if there is that courage to say, never ever anymore, finish, that invokes Baba's help. To have that courage to leave no margin for Ravan and Maya. It requires some effort, but he put one warning. You remember what was the warning?
Maya is very powerful, that she will bring storms.
Yeah.
Is that?
He said, don't become thorns to prick others, right?
Become thorns. He said bad company in the end. Good company takes you across, but bad company drowns you. So be careful. And bad company means those who don't have the aim of purity. in this context, no, if there is not the same aim, then you have to be cautious. Because even if it is your friend or your whatever, but if that aim is not there, then you have to be cautious, because your carelessness or your attachments might be, what is it, instrument to kind of pull you across, or make you break a rule, or go across a line that you don't really want to cross, but to please, or to be whatever, to give in, then you might, to please, yeah. And then slowly, slowly you break a little bit, you lick a little bit, and then be cautious. Sociable, what is sociably acceptable, uh, all those little things. Oh, you always used to come with us, that kind of thing. Or many little things. And Baba says, beware. There is, I don't know if you know this story, but one famous story around Gandhi. All his life he was vegetarian, no? And he grew up vegetarian. But his best friend enticed him to break. And because it was his best friend, he did. And then later on, he had so many. But even when growing up, I remember, no, it is your best friends lead you into things that you should not be doing. Yeah, you do it because they're your best friends. You do it to please them. And you want to be cool also and accepted and all of those things. This social power is there. Be careful. And of course, Baba, in this Murli, he refers to lust and the whole promise of celibacy and purity, but in all the other vices also. Gossiping is some area that is so easy to fall into just because of what others are saying and what others are, when you want to kind of fit in, or don't even consciously, just go along with it. And then later on you think, why did I say those things? And why did I do that? Beware of company. And good company, yeah, good company, real good company is Baba. Keep Baba as your companion in your mind. And every thought, every word, every action, check with him. Does he like it? Is he okay with it? Because even our own mind can trick us. Even our old sanskars can trick us. And seniors who are detached from you, they are good company because they are able to tell you no if it is not right. Yeah. If they are detached from you, and I mean, this Baba's instruments, no, seniors, Didi, that level, that is good company. Because they will not give in just to please you. They want to please Baba. You get a feel of the Murli, and because Murli is so rich, so many things come. So, and it's good to know all the detail, but it is also good to know kind of the broad context in which Baba is speaking. Want to say anything? Okay. Oh, I forgot to bring markers. Could you get the marker? You know where the markers are? Yeah. Yeah. So what is this civil eye? And how can we, because the big emphasis on this civil eyes, no, and not criminal eyes. So it is useful to practice and experiment with this during the day. There are so many points you can do with, but this is an area that seems like, what is it? Crucial, no? Important to play with. So how can you make experiments and for yourself? Yeah. Yeah. That help in that. How can we help ourselves make this civil eye strong? First of all, we have to discover it and then make it strong. And somehow, writing or sketching, it kind of helps not to make it more easy to remember also during the day, but to make it deeper. So the civil eye sees the invisible reality. Paris sight, divine sight. There is an invisible reality right here, right now, always. Even in your own mind, thinking of self, what are you thinking of? What is the form that comes to your mind when you use the word I? Is it the star, the living light, the God-like being? Or in your own mind, when thinking of self, is it the body and the human personality and the color of the skin and the shape of the body and the gender and the cultural, social context of when in your mind you think of self? Is it the being of light? This is like the civil eye for yourself. And this is required for it to be able to see others. So these are simple practices not to do whilst walking, talking, moving around, sitting right now. Your sense of self, is it this living light, a subtle being, an unearthly being, a spiritual being who has come from the soul world, invisible player, embodied like a toy, or what is this thing, robot sitting behind. Is this the attitude towards this human form? And at some states, you, the living light, will leave this. And right now, within yourself, as if remind the self that the real self is this unearthly, godlike, living light, a being of peace. And yes, there is this huge moving building around, but this living light is me, an immortal being. A bodiless being, a being of peace, timeless, innocent, free, belonging to God, eternally secure, pure, clean. This is the real you, the real me. So are we using that what is it, that divine eye, the divine eyesight to perceive the real self, the true self, the eternal self, the soul. And this being comes into this theater and puts on a costume, a shoe, costume. And this costume has all kinds of details. It has some glasses or some contact lenses or some pacemaker or some teeth or some golden crown on the teeth and some, what is it, fungus nail, all kind of thing. Yes. This is the, or hair falling out, half bald. This is the costume.
Fungus nails.
Yes, all kind of thing going on. This is the the costume is like that. No, Iron Aged costumes are different from the Golden Aged costumes. It's Iron Aged costume. Some half deaf, some tooth missing, some eyes square. What is it? Eyes are not symmetrical. Whatever. The costume is like that. Golden Aged costumes are not accessible at this time, as if our consciousness is limited. We can't reach there. We can't see it. But the divine side knows this is costume. Even deity is also costume. And now is the time to make this strong and practice. And just like you're watching a truck or a SUV or a normal person car, so also there is a female costume, male costume, black costume, white costume. You have a Toyota truck and you have Lexus SUV, whatever, different brand. So also costume has different brand, but it's not me and it's not you. And your true beauty and your true greatness is not depending on the costume or the circumstances of the costume. And that human personality that manifests through this costume is a product of Ravan, product of ignorance. All those Ravan sanskars that manifest, product of ignorance. It is not you. And only when we can fully dissociate, not identify, the whole thing becomes neutral. But check now. Check now. This is another Maya that tries to distract us. Check now. Really, is there this complete not identifying? And if we can do this for self, we can also do it for others. You don't confuse them either with their costume. And this is Ravan, the ego inside, is obsessed with human form and human appearance. Eyes are pulled to faces, eyes are pulled to physical form. and even in pictures and television, just check your eyes when you're watching some video or something. What are you watching? You're looking at people's faces and how their mouth move, as if that is life is there. No, life is in the being behind. And then we attribute all kinds of emotional value to certain things. Oh, this person smiles, so I like her. This person screams, and now I hate her. You get in a whole emotional thing. For some. the, 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 but this has to be made strong. And Baba's yukti initially is see this as brother and sister. But first, but ultimately, you have to even go beyond brother and sister, just souls. And the eternal reality of the beautiful living lights, pure, peaceful. And so that part of that civil eye is the refinement to perceive the invisible and the subtle. Because moment you perceive the invisible and the subtle, there is no gender at that level. There is no skin color at that level, which is causing much of the problems these days. So you go beyond that. Okay, so let's practice. So first of all, check that sense of self. And as if teach yourself or let Baba teach you in your mind. Whenever this image of self in terms of the physical form, the roles that one plays, the part that one is acted out, see that separate from the beautiful, godlike, living light. Even towards the body, to not even have the feeling of mine. Not only is not me, it is not even mine. If at all, I have given to Baba, but it belongs to nature and matter. It's just atoms and molecules of water, mainly water. And come back, as if step back also from that body conscious personality that has been created in the psyche. Come back to that pure, childlike, blissful, free, peaceful, innocent, tiny star, child of God. Independent, separate from the costume and the character that is being played out. And with a certain attention and focus, hold this awareness of this living spiritual being, a being who is free and eternally safe, belonging to God, loved by God, immensely loved by God. Remember your home and the whole family of this free, pure, clean, truthful, beautiful beings of light. Timeless and benevolent. And now, as if expand, extend that awareness. Everyone else also is not their costume. It's not that human personality. They are spiritual beings. They're your eternal brothers, eternal family. Just take one in your mind and maybe even see the physical form in your mind. But consciously remind yourself, they are also souls, my brothers. Lovely, loving, originally and eternally godlike. Train that subtle muscle, train that divine intellect to perceive that what is eternal, to be aware of what is invisible behind the commotions in the drama. Om Shanti. You get a feel of the practices, and what helps is make this a hobby. And this is not, oh, I have to exercise and I have to Baba this and I have to commandment, whatever. This is hobby to train your subtle muscle to see the invisible. It is such a fun, when you walk on Fifth Avenue, so much crowd is there, all kind of thing going on, siren and whatever. But behind there is the silent, invisible world of the living lights. Make it a hobby and become good at it. And not as a competition, but just This is the confluence age. Baba is there. Let's enjoy that dimension. The civil eyes sees the beautiful, eternal brothers. But we can only do this for others to the extent we can do it for ourselves. Because this is actually an extra step, becomes a bit more, this we kind of had to master, not first, but at the same time, this has to be going on. So play with this. And it is useful, especially those, if you're living in a household, those with whom you are more, that is where more effort is needed. Because you know their stories and stories of their stories. Go beyond the story. But for yourself also, go beyond the stories. The eternal child of God. Okay? So, whole day civil-eyed.